This is going to run through how to quickly get data from the Google Search Console API via this tool on SEO Workflows. I'm going to start off by going over the output just to show you what you're going to get out of this and what's kind of the use case of that. And then I'll go through how to actually go about using the tool. Before I get going, as of right now, FYI, this is completely free. There's no costs associated with any of this. All you have to do is log into SEO Workflows, which again is completely free to do. And then you're all set to actually utilize this tool. With that in mind, let's take a look at the output. So this is an example just of an SEO Workflows data set. Keep in mind this website, at least as of right now, is pretty much brand new. So it does not get a lot of organic search traffic. Hopefully it will one day. But you could get this data, you download it to a CSV, and then immediately start working on it. Whether you take it from there and use it in Excel, move it into a Google Sheet, you have all the data available to you. The question might come up if you're not overly familiar with the API. And just to show you, this is data set, right? We have everything we we're just looking at: query, page, country, device, all the different metrics, and so on and so forth. But again, the question might come up, why not just use the Search Console interface? And that is because if you actually look at Search Console, if you're familiar with it, you could get each one of these dimensions individually, but you can't actually get them combined into one data set. So you can't really analyze queries that make up a single page, at least not at scale. I could click on an individual page and hop over to queries to see what queries that page is getting. In this case, just impressions, because I'm not getting clicks because it's a brand new website. But normally it would be both clicks and impressions, right? So I could do that at the single page level, but I can't do that at scale. I can't do that for every page on my website at once. And the larger your website gets, the more necessary it becomes to do things at a larger scale. So this kind of data set enables that. It just enables the ability to analyze the data a lot more effectively by kind of merging the data sets into one rather than having them as distinct dimensions like you get out of the interface at this time. To actually go over how to utilize this tool, let me actually refresh the page so you can see the entire process. So each time you're going to have to re-authenticate to the Google Search Console API. You do that right here. The first thing to note is this does not have to be the same exact email as you're logged in as. So you might be logged into SEO Workflows, the website, on your personal email, and you might use a business email to authenticate to the API because that's the one that has access to the Google Search Console property that you're trying to use. So I'll come in here, I'll open this up, I'll move this off window just so you can't see all my personal emails. I will authenticate to my SEO Workflows email, which at this time only has access to the SEO Workflows Search Console property, but you might have more than just one property when you're actually using this. You could pull up to the last 16 months. So again, just start and end date right here, pretty simple to fill in. You could click on the little icon right here and pick a date, or you could just type in a date as well. So it could be like 29, 2022, right? You'll go into available sites. Mine just has one right now, but you can imagine if you had a large list, you might want to just search the site rather than trying to search kind of like up and down. You could actually like type in SEO right here and just find the site very quickly. You choose your dimensions. So for this, let's maybe do date page query. You'll see those actually populate into this table as you add them or remove them. So a query just disappeared, appeared, so on and so forth. There's different kinds of data you can actually get from the API, actually several different kinds. Generally speaking, you're going to want web. If you're just pulling like this data right here from the interface, that's web data. You actually see it right here. You have those different types right here as well. You actually saw that SEO Workflows, when we're looking at this right here, has more options than this right here. That's because SEO Workflows has a few data sets that aren't always available there, and it's only available if you actually are getting data from those sources. Regardless, though, the last or second to last field here is the max return rows. So this defaults to 100,000, but there isn't any maximum at this time. So I can put this to like 1 million if I wanted. I don't have that much data, so it doesn't actually matter. But for larger domains, obviously you're going to want as much as you can get. But there is this maximum just so you can have some control over it, just because the API returns data in increments of 25,000 rows. It will actually do that though you will actually see a process where it says like getting the first 25,000 rows, getting the second 25,000, all the way until you're done getting all of your data. Moving forward though, you can put some filters in. I'll show you that in a second. Let's just start this run. This is already done because I had a really small data set. If you have a larger data set, it might take a little bit more time. I could do, let's do queries containing JSON, my name, which it looks like there's only one. Start job. Cool. I got that one query. Let's do not containing JSON. Easy enough. Let's do not contain JSON, but query containing SEMrush, which I see at least one query right there for SEMrush. Cool. I got all those. So there's a lot of different ways you can filter the data. The important thing to know that these are all and conditions, meaning this is saying give me data where the query is not or does not contain the word JSON and the query contains SEMrush. Unfortunately, the API at this time, at least at this time, does not offer or conditions, meaning give me something that does not contain JSON or query does not or query contains SEMrush. So that's not available in the tool at this time, but if it does come available within the API, I'll definitely add it in the future. I think that's just about it regarding the functionality. As you probably just saw, you can kind of mess with different dimensions and just rerun it really quickly to get whatever kind of data you want. Again, this is completely free to use. You just have to log in or sign up and log into your account. It's completely free to sign up though. So I think that's about it for this one. Let me know if you have any questions. Appreciate the time.